Awake my heart, my Redeemer liveth. I know that my Redeemer liveth. Job 19:25. Easter has come again. It has broken upon a world of problems, enigmas, and disquieting circumstances. Turn again to the immortal words of Job 19:25 through 27. I know that my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand at the latter day upon the earth. And though after my skin this body be destroyed, yet in my flesh shall I see God. The occurrence of the word Redeemer here is striking in the extreme, when we reflect that the book of Job is probably the earliest written book of our scriptures. We realize that so far as we have any record, this is the first time that a human soul called God Redeemer. Job has at last found solution and satisfaction in the great fact that over against problem and pain in the present there is a sovereign vindicator of the righteous, who is himself the pledge of restitution yet to be. And is not that the great fact upon which we ourselves must rest today? We cannot explain the enigmas and problems, the sufferings, the mysteries of our present lot. Considered by itself, this present life often seems bitterly unfair and hopelessly baffling. Here is a man who would do service for God and for his fellow men, but he is stricken down with some fell disease which holds him bedfast for weary years. While here is another whose every thought is selfishness and vice, and he walks abroad in unimpaired health. Here is a young man conscious of gifts and powers, and of an inward urge to some noble vocation. But he is without due social prestige, without monetary reserves, and is frustrated while others without either the gifts or the urge are pushed before him. Here is a man of wisdom, integrity, and benevolent heart, who would have been a benefactor to thousands had he possessed material means. While here is another of groveling mind who possesses more than he can count, and wastes his substance in riotous living. Oh, how endlessly could one multiply such instances! All over the world there are men and women, good and true, who are mercilessly thwarted and beaten back by the ironic inequalities. All through the churches there are saints longing to do some big and noble thing for their Lord, yet they are dashed back, panting and breathless, crushed and seemingly mocked by wave after wave of frustrating circumstances. Is not this true of all of us in some way? What would we do? But that incurable illness lays us low. That crushing blow falls and smashes our hopes. The gnawing trouble wastes our strength. That irretrievable disappointment plunges us into darkness. That lifelong poverty, that adversity, that impediment, that affliction cuts us off from serving Christ as we would. What can we say about it all? And about the wars which curse the race, the devilish cruelties which are perpetrated, the colossal evils which breathe across the earth? We can say what Job said, and say it with the confirmity, evidence of an historical background which Job never had. There is a living one on high, the sovereign vindicator of the righteous, and in the person of our Lord Jesus Christ he will certainly stand up. Upon the earth, in a day of restitution, which is the goal of biblical prediction, Christian, be comforted. Christian, be comforted. God accepts the will for the deed. Those who are thwarted now shall be given full opportunity then.